thinking about future, emotions, or anything else just for now, as my body needs it. And I won't be comfortable indulging with anyone else. So let me know what you think about it. She is sending him these messages. He is replying, I'm not in the frame of mind for it right now. I'm way too preoccupied with my career, etc., etc., etc. This is not the only one. She has, in so many of these messages, talked about the fact that it is a one-sided relationship. I've asked you to kiss me, you don't even kiss me. I feel about you a certain way, you don't feel about me a certain way. In these messages, she's also turned around and said things like, I met another man, since you're not interested in me, I'm going to go to another man. And he said, good luck to you, good luck, blessings, all the best, sweetie. I'm telling you, it's shocking. A woman will send a man messages like this and then turn around and say, he raped me.
And this is after the rape. This is after the rape.
Since it has always been one-sided in our scenario, I want to give this man a fair shot. And it will not happen until I'm around you. As you are very much know me, I am not the cheating kind. So before I start anything with you, I wanted to talk to you and let you know it's unfair on you if I just walk away without letting you know. I am not sure if this thing will have future, but I have learned one thing because of him, how am I supposed to be treated and to be taken care of, and I don't want anything less than that. So, it's a goodbye. I wish I could have met you once, but I don't want to fall weak again. You take extremely good care of yourself and do very well. Dekhiye, we are mounting evidence, sir. I think you should be
there is no
saying,
response.
Can you not share these messages with the media?
No, we should, because this.
No, we can, because
I asked specifically, am I allowed?
This should be circulated to the media. The
I've asked, I've asked, can I actually state this? And the lawyer has said, I can't, that yes, I can't put these messages across. Because when a woman accuses a man of rape, I'm sorry, this is a very serious crime that she has accused him of. Rape, drugging, extortion. She has used every provision of law to slam Karan Oberoi when she's sending him messages like this. Provocative messages. She sent her images of herself in the nude. She sent racy images of herself. She has sent it herself. She is propositioning him for sex. She is telling him that yes, I understand there is a one-sided relationship and it's only me who's interested. You're not interested. I'm going to move on. I'm going to find another man. How does that become rape? How does that become rape? What charges? You've given him the hashtag of rapist for what?
No, but
with provision of
my only concern is if another girl wakes up tomorrow and just puts an allegation on any one of us.
Could you please unblock me at least enough?
So is it true that the cops will just take us in and put us behind bars?
Yeah, so that's the fallacy in the law that we're trying to point out to. It's not, you can't just like suddenly get up and say, okay, Fox. Okay, let me go catch the fox. You can't do that. I mean, it's not right. It has to be proved. This was his goodness that when the cops came to his place saying, sir, there's an arrest warrant in your name, he said, नहीं नहीं हो सकता है, नहीं आप ही के नाम पे, नहीं अच्छा सर बात कीजिए सर से. सर बोले हाँ आप आइए स्टेशन पे आइए क्लियर करने. ये अपने अच्छाई में जिस कपड़े में था वैसे चला गया. वहाँ जाने के बाद पुलिस ने उसकी चप्पल उतार दी और फोन ले लिया. तब से उसका विंडो टू द वर्ल्ड इज शट डाउन. We got to know 2 days later.
Correct.
2 days later, and we work with him very closely. 2 days later, 2 दिन पूरा अंदर सड़ गया वो अंदर.
And this is another message given 2 years after he has met her. So 2016 he met her, it's now 2018 messages. When did she say the rape happened? 2017. This is the message in 2018. Okay? And I'm asking something from you. Have never really asked you anything in 2 years. Please don't say no for it. I want a picture with you as a memory. Since we have none together, though I always have your name on my hand, always, and it will be there till I die. But that's one last and probably my first ask to you. So please don't say no.
Maybe she.
Which woman who's accused a man of rape wants a photograph and has
not just
extra
about
name?
photograph. The next message says that I want a kiss from you.
Oh yeah,
I just want one kiss from you, and I'll remember this for life. And then there are texts when she's saying that I asked you for kiss, you said no. I asked you for sex, you said no. I asked you to take my gift, you said no. You said no for everything. That tells me that how much I'm married to you. I matter nothing to you, so I'm going from your life. And the second line is, but I can't leave you.
You have to see her to believe it.
Yeah.
So
and you promised to sing for me and you never did.
Yeah.
Karan will sing for anybody.
Yeah. You were supposed to sing for me.
We have to stop him during sound check, okay? He's one guy who like first mic pocket leta and he doesn't stop. Please get off stage. So if anybody asks him to sing, he's the first one to jump. Anyways.
And she has also admitted that she's feeling bad that she is doing all this to him. But then in this next sentence she's saying, but you're forcing me to do it. Yeah. You know, she's accepting that I feel bad whatever I'm doing. She said this a lot of time. She's such a
one-sided love. She admits that it's a one-sided love.
See, long story short, the guy's going to go through hell because of this. Okay, and somebody has misused the law, and I don't think this girl herself thought that this is going to blow out this big.
What we'd also like to tell viewers, anybody who sees cases like this, there's a one-sided PR that happens. We all judge. We're all human beings.
Also, one important point. I'm sorry, I'm cutting in between, but this is very, very important. She, because I'm saying that this is not just somebody who is trying to molest a man. I think this is something more to it, because she used to say this a lot of times, and Karan only mentioned this time and again, that it's not about, okay, keep the voodoo thing aside. That's still normal. One is doing it in a conscious mind. She was almost convinced for the fact that they had this past birth
connection.
What
they
do you
had
call
a connection.
Regression.
Past
Like
regression.
you're my husband and we are meant to be together and we are already married. We just have to do it again. So there's nothing that can put us apart. So this seems really serious, and I think before anything else, she has to be treated like nicely. If you're talking about mental checkup, checkups, medical checkups, then it has to be this.
This has to be made a case study. This has to be made into an exemplary case study where people can't get away with something like this.
Yeah.
A lot of things that is very serious. My question to you all is, when you saw such kind of things happening with him, didn't you ask him to report it to the police?
Yes, I did.
He did.
Oh my God!
I
did.
I told him 2 years back,
So,
and he was like, "No, I can't do that because she is a woman."
He's got the acknowledgement.
He
He
was
has given us
still supporting her.
He did. There is an NC. There is an NC which he had done about a year ago, 2018.
No, more than NC, there is a police complaint, as well as he has written a mail to the Commissioner of Police narrating everything that this girl is after me. There are 3 complaints given by him. One
And
NC,
this is the document. which
Precautionary
is-
measures.
yeah.
As precautionary measures.
around this 1.5 years
Yeah,
time.
here is the date.
The email is in the office.
I both Karan and the girl, they mentioned that you had an altercation with her in person. Was that true?
I did.
Yeah.
No, well, she kept calling my brother, so he was very upset about it. So he called me over and he was like, "Can you come over? I need to talk to you." And I went over and he looked very stressed. And this woman kept calling, and I was like, "Just pick up the phone. I'll just speak to her." He's like, "No, don't do that." I was like, "Just let me talk to her, you know." And he's like, "No, she, cast a spell on you." I was like, "No, she won't do anything. Let me just talk to her."
Must be really.
Yeah, he was very freaked out. Like, he went to my Facebook and blocked her, and she's still blocked on my this thing. Karan was so scared of her. No, she will do something to you. And I just took the phone. I was like, "Let me talk to her." And I tried to explain it to her. I was like, "Isha, with all due respect, I know you're a woman, but you can't force a man to love you. Okay? So, you should stop, maybe, back off a bit. If he misses you, he'll come back to you, right?" So, all of this, and then, she just started abusing me. And she's like, "Oh, I don't believe that he's acting so childish, and he's brought his sister in between us." So, and then she just hung up on me. So.
And there are so many messages of hers to him where she's talking about her power.
And then she
that
told my
goes to
brother,
you.
yeah.
And
She sent a
all
voice
of
note
the
saying that I will
messages also.
destroy your sister, I'll get her
unwell.
killed and all of that stuff. We have that voice
It's all
note,
of
I'm
the
trying to look
messages
for
as
it.
well.
One request to
I'll
all you
bring
media
it to
people, please don't make this into a media trial. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens. I mean, we're not saying you guys specifically, but
Before you say that, what I had wanted to say was that when something comes out, and we are all human beings, we all judge. It will be impractical to say कि हम judge नहीं करते, हम सब लोग judge करते हैं. But it is perhaps, think about it as your responsibility or your duty to just dig a little deeper. If you are so vociferous about the way you feel and start hashtagging rapist Karan Oberoi and making such blatant decisions based on nothing.
Exactly.
You can't change the law. Perhaps you are a passive observer. Perhaps we are passive observers. But what we can do, especially in a time like today, the university of WhatsApp and all that's happening, is dig a little deeper, try and find out, like you would do if you were voting for somebody, you would try and find out, right? Take up that responsibility, and the change you can make is to search for the truth and then accordingly judge.
Yeah.
That's all we actually request of anybody, including ourselves. Today it's somebody we know, tomorrow it will be somebody we don't know.
Yeah.
And I think we take it upon ourselves to promise that we will dig a little deeper, or just shut up and don't judge. Right? But if you're going to do it, support something. Now, if somebody is coming out to be a liar, a blackmailer, and if the evidence is coming out to prove that, then go all out. But do your homework. That's all we ask.
Absolutely.
I just give one article, you can read it out.
We have complete faith in the law and the judicial system of our country.
Interview in that lady.
We all hope and pray that Karan passes through this well, right? And
Shooting of the act of rape.
Yeah.
And in 2018, see, there is a complaint, I just show it to you. Like, there is an inconsistency. In one of the cases, she says in 2018 that the Karan was about to do about this act of filming, the act of rape.
Yeah.
It was not done. In 2019, she makes a complaint. In January 2017, act was done, video was shot, and it was shown to that lady. So that it is there, like everything is contradictory and false on the face of it. And we do not even analyze. Look at the police system. Are they not supposed to verify? Are they not supposed to question the accused before deciding to arrest him? Why are they simply interested in arresting somebody and sending the short messages? Why don't you pay her? Is it extortion racket going on? And when people are in relationship, you have to examine it a little carefully. You can't simply say like, okay, just because a lady makes an allegation, that has to be 100% true. What about the contemporaneous material which indicates otherwise? So there is a complaint. She has given an interview in 2018 where she says that it was about to be done, not that it was done. There is a huge difference between about to be done and actually being done. So how come in 2019 it was actually the act was done? Every narration, because you can write anything.
Right. Sir, you're making very serious allegations
Yes, it
on
is there
the
online.
judiciary as well as the police
Undoubtedly,
proceedings. Right. My question to you is, these are the evidences which should be produced in the courthouse, and a respected judge will take the call whether it is right or wrong. What was the reason that put you all together to take the press conference?
See, firstly, the way these things are happening very commonly everywhere, somebody has to stand up, somebody has to talk about it. Therefore, luckily, they all are coming together, which is very, very uncommon. As a lawyer, we have done number of cases, but we do not see so many people coming together and raising their voice.
I think you walked in a little late, and I'd already mentioned that, you know, I've known Karan for about 20 years now, okay? We've been through thick and thin, you know, and we've seen each other grow, literally, you know. So I know what Karan is all about, and so does everyone here.
Everyone in this room
right?
here knows
We
Karan
all
for
know
like
what Karan is
20
all
years.
about, and that's the reason why we are together here today, supporting him, because
And not
today
even that, the facts of the case, just on merit of the case.
you know, something as disturbing as rape, that word itself makes me shudder, because there have been such serious cases in this country, and we, you know, we are just making this whole thing so frivolous by just naming anybody today. Any woman can turn around and call a man a rapist. It is making a mockery of this judiciary system, I'm telling you. So this is the worst thing that can happen to anybody, unless, like he said, it has to be very carefully examined. When two people are seeing each other, there is a man and a woman involved. They are grown-up adults. They are walking into a relationship out of choice. Nobody is forcing them, right? So when somebody, when there is somebody making an allegation like this, it has to be very, very carefully examined. You can't just go and pick up the man just because the woman has said that he's raped me. On what basis, man?
And the
On what
anger
basis?
after that, because of all the articles we read, all the articles in anything, they slammed him. On what basis?
Karan the rapist.
Just
His fans
hashtag
already
rapist.
I'm unfollowing this band, Karan the rapist. When you give a man, especially somebody with such a public profile, and somebody who's lived his life with utmost dignity, and you do that to that man, don't you think his friends are going to stand up and say together, you all have
Don't
given,
you see
all have
it?
given 200 articles
Don't
about
you
him
see
which
the
are
way
negative.
the whole
as
article was-
like Chintu rightly said, the
know,
responsible media, right? All you guys, how much time does it take that, okay, the news comes to you that, okay, Karan has been accused of rape, okay? How much time would it take for any of you to just type Karan Oberoi on Google and see his track record?
Yeah.
Just see what the guy is all
और
about.
हर आर्टिकल सेम था, यानी कि
It's a cut paste, right? It was a cut
It's
paste.
a press
Simple as
release,
that.
तो
It
किसी
was
ने
a cut
होमवर्क
paste.
नहीं किया है,
किसी ने homework नहीं
कुछ
किया.
नहीं किया है, आर्टिकल लैंग्वेज सब
Any
सेम है.
kind of conspiracy behind it, or you have been
We
with
think
No.
you walked in late.
No.
We think you walked in late. We are
Is
very
there a
categorically clear about
conspiracy-
this.
A conspiracy from whose side?
No, let
From
me answer, let me
the,
answer.
from the person
in
who's
industry, in industry, do you spend any kind of
It's not the industry. This lady has clearly manipulated the system under advice, okay, and has charted and executed a plan of action where he suffers the most. we are very confident that he'll come out of it because we got overwhelming evidence against her.
It's not a conspiracy, it's a straight attack.
It's a straight attack.
Very cleverly done. I'll say hats off to her to have timed it, thought of it, strategized it. So in a war, those who strategize well and win the war, you say, wow, well done. She's done that.
See, it's a very common practice in our country. You file a report, you file an FIR at a time when it's almost weekend. The guy gets or the person gets picked up on the weekend. Everything is closed. You can't do anything. So they are actually locked up for that weekend, so that the person
break down the person,
really breaks down, right? To go through all the torture of, I mean, imagine somebody like a Karan Oberoi who comes from that kind of background he does, going into that lockup where there are hardened criminals locked up inside and you are there. You can imagine what kind of trauma
it changes you as a person, right? In the last 2 days, he's aged 10 years.
Yes, he has.
So I'm sure he's scarred for the rest of his life. So there is a lot of damage.
You should know the details of the case. That basically she claims they met in 2016. She claims this happened 2000 Jan 17. But throughout the course of the entire 2017-2018, she's been constantly sending him messages. We read out some of those messages. Did you hear them? Where she's asking for sex, and did you hear those messages? So we've read them out because they were printed. Right? They're printed messages and we've read them out because they've been now given to the police, which we had already given to the police, by the way. It was given to them from day one. We had given it to the police, but they still chose to arrest him. The fact is that till 2018, then he filed a case against her. In 2019, she filed an FIR stating that the rape happened in 2017. So I mean, when you look at just the merits of the case, you know where things stand. Forget anything else. Look at the text messages exchanged. Look at the way she's speaking to him, her longing for him, her love for him, her desire for him, her lust for him, her everything for him. And he's constantly telling her, I'm not interested, I'm backing up, I'm interested in my career, I'm interested in this, I'm interested in, please don't harass me, please don't trouble me. She's doing voodoo, she's doing black magic, she's doing this, she's threatening, I'll go away with some other man, oh, it's a one-sided affair, I'm the one who loves you, you don't love me. All this nonsense is going on.
And the allegations, rape, extortion, money.
And you think his
please,
friends
he does very well for
stand
himself.
up and say, excuse me, so a great wrong has been committed here. This man has been slammed publicly, humiliated, dragged through the mud.
And public opinion was against him. Naturally, आपने एक side पढ़ा है और उसका press release हो चुका है.
Exactly.
Nobody knows, so they already said, "Hurry, we didn't know he was like this."
Exactly.
He's not like this.
And you would have googled
That's
her
why we are
also
here.
as well, You would have googled, and if you have done a little bit of homework, she had a case on 2008 on another man, a similar case, a similar situation.
Raja Chaudhary? Raja Chaudhary, 2008, please take. One sec. Why don't you go and look for Isha Mehta? You won't find her.
You can't take names. You can't take names on camera because it is a rape case and you cannot take names on camera, darling. You have to delete that, sorry, as a press.
Right, guys, done?
Who?
Okay, just one last thing. Just one last thing. Sir, आपसे जानना चाहेंगे next सुनवाई कब हो रही है and when can we expect जो होता है फैसला होता है?
We are applying for bail maybe on 9th and 10th of this month, and hopefully depending upon the judge availability, matter would be decided. Otherwise, remand is happening in the magistrate court on 9th.
Dinesh ji, I have one question so that we are all aware of about this. Basis what has the cops arrested him?
Yeah.
Completely misuse of power and non-application of mind. It's a useless system what we are following. We become blindfolded. And these very police officers, they are otherwise good in various other arts or knocking out money, but not good in doing the proper investigation. Unfortunate reality.
So are you saying that all the men in this country are unsafe?
Yeah, it's
anything can happen to them
It's like a punching bag.
You're reevaluating.
There was no arrest warrant also.
Do they need an arrest warrant?
They don't need arrest warrant in a cognizable offense, but in a matter like this, Supreme Court has said you are supposed to verify when two people are in relationship. There is judgment of constitution in Anita Kumari's matter. Long relation you should investigate properly. Don't jump. If brother making allegation against brother, wife making allegation against husband, don't jump.
And she's claimed that she was in a relationship.
Yes.
She's claimed that, I mean, we know it's not true, but she's claimed it was a relationship. So therefore, and it's in print that she's claimed this in the interview given in 2018.
Even then,
so therefore, the cops should have therefore taken cognizance of that and said, okay, she has said in the 2018 article that she was in a relationship with him according to her. All the more reason they should not have jumped and they should have done due diligence, right?
That's
as
right.
per the Supreme Court judgment.
Right. And more than that, please ask her if there is any material on record, maybe because she claimed that she was in touch with Karan. Yeah. She would have some message to indicate that you raped me, you extorted money. She would have written at some point of time, forget about our story. Later come up from the story from her side. Because he's sending message. I send message, you get the message. There should be something with me, no? Why is he changing the number? Why is he so much interested in this man that she would go on changing number, he would go on blocking? What is that? They're supposed to have been raped. This is a full story. And undoubtedly anybody can understand this story, but for the police and to some extent judiciary also, we all become blindfolded. We keep our mind aside.
But I personally feel that, I would also like to give them a benefit of doubt because, rape per se is such a serious crime that you can't even blame the cops. If a woman goes tomorrow, what if the case was genuine, right? And if they did not really register it immediately, then obviously they will get accused कि boss ये औरत गई थी, ये कबला नारी गई थी, तो इन्होंने. So they are also, sort of stuck somewhere. So they have to, unfortunately, yes, the people who are making these accusations, like this lady has, they are misusing this law completely. Tomorrow anybody can turn around and go and file a case against anybody. The cops have no power but to write it and pick up the man.
Sorry, I stand corrected. Registration of FIR is one thing, arresting is another thing altogether. Arresting is not a matter of course. Registration of FIR, yes.
So if an FIR is registered, it doesn't have to lead to arrest.
No, not at all. I can file a false complaint that doesn't any case.
So, Dinesh, what should be a person in such a scenario doing? Somebody walks into our door, says, "We are
unfortunately you are caught because you are dependent on the wisdom of the investigating officer."
Do you have a right to say no? I don't want to come.
Ideally, no.
Okay.
You are bound to follow their instructions.
That is precisely the reason.
Because system is failing, not the law. Enforcement agencies are failing. Which are those agencies? First is police. Second, like judiciary is also supposed to look into all these things with little more understanding. Not that why would a lady make allegation like this?
That's also
society has changed. It is not the same society of 1900. So where the girl will not go out and talk something like this.
True that.
Now everybody is going out. There are too many undercurrents. Calculations are there. So we have to change.
And I really hope that this case becomes a precedent for the men's rights movement, where, because in most cases what happens is that there's not enough evidence, therefore the man gets away, as is said. In this case, it's a clear case of a manipulation of law. It's a clear case that it is a fake case. It is very, very clear. And I hope that we can use this as a precedent to prosecute her for filing that case. She's wasted the court's time. She's wasted the police time. She's damaged the reputation of a man, caused immense grief to his family, damaged his profession and his career. And I'm sorry, there have to be repercussions to that. And when you start punishing women who filed fake cases, only then will these women learn not to file fake cases. And we need to make an example of it. And this is the perfect case to set that example. And I hope that it happens. I hope so for women who are truly in need of their rights being protected. And I truly hope for men also who equally need their rights protected.
And I also want to request the media that the way they have come on so strongly with the hashtag rapist, they should also come back equally strong when he is proven not guilty. They should also come back equally strong so that there is a man who has gone through all this damage and trauma, him and his family should feel that, okay, there is justice, right? So that is very, very important. I think media has to do that. That is, at least there is some sort of, that's their responsibility.
Yes, absolutely. And we started this whole hashtag now, men too, like a me too. There's a men too. So please, everyone who's watching this, please hashtag men too in your comments and your reactions.
There's also I support Karan.
I support Karan. I support Karan.
We support Karan.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
We support Karan.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
He had gone from that very moment somewhere.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Now please eat some samosas.